Hey, good morning, movers and shakers. So this weekend I went car shopping and I go to the first dealership and I walk up, the man greets me and he wants to know how he can help me. And I said, well, I want to see your least expensive SUV and then I want to see the next level up from that and then I want to see the next level up from that. And he's confused by what I said. And so I had to repeat it. I said, I want to see your least expensive SUV, the next level up, and the next level up. And he's still confused and he's talking about models. And I said, look, I don't know all the names of the models, the UX, the GX. And he goes, well, that's a GX over there. I said, no, that's too big. I want to see your least expensive SUV in the next level up and the next level up. And then he has more questions because you know these guys want you to buy that day. And I'm just beginning my car search. And I told him, look, I've seen all these things online. I need to see them in person. I need to see how big the back area is, how much seating there is. So finally, he gets an understanding that I just want to look at some SUVs and I don't want to buy any. And he goes, okay, come inside. So we go through the door and he goes, have a seat. And I'm thinking, this is not good. We're not walking toward any cars yet, you know? And I'm a type A personality. I'm in a hurry. And I'm like, so I go sit down. A couple minutes goes by and the other guy comes up. He has a form with some boxes on it, and he sits down and he says, well, how can I help you today? And I said, well, I want to see your least expensive SUV and the next level up and the next level up. And he goes, well, what exactly are you looking for in a vehicle? Is it reliability or is it? And I'm like, can I just see some cars? So finally, he understands where I'm coming from. He stands up, he takes me out there to see the car. And I tell him, I said, I've been in sales for 24 years. I said, I know you've got a process and your company wants you to follow. I said, but rule number one in sales, and I actually made up this rule and I told it to him, which was funny. I said, rule number one in sales is don't annoy your customer. I told him that. It was a cumbersome experience. It put me in a bad mood. I go to the next dealership, totally different experience. They said, how can we help you? I said, well, I'd like to see this model that you have and maybe the next two. And they go, come outside. The car is right here. And the other one is over there. Which one do you want to see first? I said, well, this one looks a little too big. I think I would like to go see that one. Can I see inside? Absolutely. He lets me see inside. I said, wow, this is very nice. I said, well, can we drive it? Absolutely. Let me go get the keys. So we're on the test drive. The guy hardly talks at all. I start opening up. I start telling him my life story. I'm like, well, I drive this car now, but I'm thinking about this. And, really the reason I'm changing is I want something that's a little more reliable and less expensive to repair. I'm giving the guy all the information that the first guy was trying to collect on the form. And so how does this apply to us? Because we're all in sales as well. We want to attract clients and customers. And our process begins in open networking. When we interact with people, whether it's here in the morning before our meeting starts, or whether it's at a community lunch or a community breakfast, and we're interacting with people. And rule number one in sales is don't annoy the customer. And so we have to understand that we have different personality types. B&I has a great training that discusses 4 major different personality types. We have a lot of extroverts in sales. We have a lot of type A personalities. We have a lot of driven people. But it's important to remember that not everybody in the room is the same. We also have introverts. We have more reserved analytical people. So we've got to be careful and we've got to be cognizant of our own behaviors and the needs of the people around us. So let's keep that in mind, because in the networking world, I see a lot of interrupting. I see a lot of people barging in on conversations, taking over, talking about topics that I didn't want to hear about, but they're talking about, and now I'm stuck in a conversation. And you see how that can be off-putting if we're not careful. What's the name of that training, Steve? Is it room? It's not room full of referrals, is it? I think it's room full of referrals. So that would be a good place to start, is to find that training and maybe take it. And you start learning about the different personality types so that we can learn how to involve other people, maybe talk less, maybe make sure that we are communicating with others according to the style that makes them comfortable at times. Hope this has been helpful. This has been your educational moment. Brian Wade, Tampa Financial Group.